nice simples one today. Me and my stepbrother Doofus, we've been told we've both got to get jobs. We're not allowed to keep living off me stepmum, no, my mum and my stepdad's back anymore. We've both got to go out and get proper jobs. So I went for an interview yesterday, job interview, and I think it went pretty well. I went for this job as a car salesman, and yeah, I think it went pretty well. I went into the interview and he says, "Sell me that pen." So I did say to him, "It's your pen, mate." And he's going, "Yes, I know it's my pen, but I want you to sell it to me." I says, "Well, it's already yours." And then he says, well, pretend it's yours then." So I said, "All right, yeah." So I'm pretending it's my pen and selling it. Yes, yeah. So I said, "Right, okay." So it's my job to sell him this pen. What's his anyway? So I says, "Tell you what, do you want to buy a pen?" He says, "How much?" I says, "A penny." So then he starts sort of looking a bit frustrated. I don't know what's up with him. And he says, "No, don't try and sell it me for a penny." I says, "What are you trying to sell it me for a penny for?" I says, "Well, it is actually your pen." So, I mean, I didn't want to rip him off. So he says, "No, look, don't try and sell it me for a penny. Try and get more for it." No. He says, "Try and sell it me for £1." So I said, "Look, this is all wrong, mate." I says, "Yeah, I offer it you for a penny, right? You're not supposed to banter up to £1." I said, "It's all about bantering. What you've got to do, you've got to offer me, I've said a penny, you've now got to offer me half a penny. And it's just up to £1. You're doing it, you're bantering the wrong way, mate. Offer me, I've said a penny, offer me half a penny." Well, he lost his temper, didn't he? Slammed his fists into the desk and started screaming at me. He says, "There's no such thing as half a penny." He says, "We haven't had half a penny. They did away with the half a pennies years ago." But it's like where I says to him, "Yes, they did away with the half a pennies years ago, but when you go to put your petrol in, right, there's 0.9 of a penny. It's some at 9.9 of a penny. So it's sort of in half a penny, but they're sort of carrying on as though there is." So I pointed that out to him, but well, he gave me £1 for a pen, threw me out, said I was wasting his time, called me an imbecile. But I was thinking, I've managed to sell him his own pen for £1. Surely that's pretty good as a salesman. I've sold him his own pen for £1. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to get the job. I hope so. I want to get a job before Doofus gets one. That way it might make Doofus look stupid. Well, it's not hard. Not hard to make Doofus look stupid. I want to get a job before he does, definitely. I've got to soften all this in a minute. Let's pop a little bit of water in there. Start softening in. What I'm going to do, wash my brush off. Get a bit of this cream colour again. Just come in with a bit of that, blend a bit of that in there. A bit more. Wash my brush. A bit more of that cream colour. It comes down there, a bit there, a bit into there. All down there with my nice cream colour. Something like that. Wash my brush again. Some just cerulean. Oh, that's nice. Some more of that cerulean back in. I keep washing my brush to get these where the cream's blending. I want to try and keep this cerulean quite a little bit clean, so I don't particularly want it to go green colour. If it does a little bit, it's not end up well. I just don't particularly want it to. Turn that off there. A little bit of that purple again. A little bit of purple in there. As it comes down this bottom bit, sort of tampers off into a straight line, because this is going to be land down here. Right. I'm going to swill it all around a bit. Let's turn it up that way and just let that water just drip down like that for a bit. That should help it blend good. That's it. Let me wash my brush. So I've just got a damp brush and I'm going to just try to soften some of these bits about a bit. Might work a bit on its own when some of this stuff comes up. If I had a spray mister, I'd be tempted to spray into that. But having said that, every time you do that, it tends to weaken it. I do need this top strong. Tell you what, let's just tip it that way for a bit now. Oh, I've drank all my coffee. In fact, actually, let's stretch this paper while I'm. I've got it like that. I'll just stretch it a little bit on that bottom bit there. That's better. And maybe it's on this bit as well. That's a bit better. Let me drip there. That not really match it beard with a mount. If I put a mount on it, probably. Actually not, but right. Right. What I might do while this is just doing what it's doing is pop some colours in bottom. Pop a bit of blue. Oh, a little bit of blue. That's cerulean blue, that is. Don't really want this to drip. Get some green in. This going to be farmers' fields, so this is how you paint farmers' fields if you live in Australia. In Australia they do everything upside down. That's why it's called down under, because all the stuff what they do in Australia they do upside down. Mixing in a bit of that purple, so I use all colours from the sky into these greens, and it'll help my pictures sit good. My green is just a green mud what's mixed in the bottom of me. I've always seemed to have some green mud in the bottom of my paper, like a dirty green colour from my painting before, and because it's that dirty colour it always looks pretty realistic, and because I'm mixing these blues and these purples in, it's making it even more realistic, and then that blues and purples in the bottom of my palette will end up going on my next one. So I've always got this sort of colour on my palette. Drip that way for a bit, so it always seems to. I've always got a nice green there to work with. Push that paint up that way, like that. I want to try out that drip down, but to be honest, I don't think it's going to. So I'll just put it that right way around there. That looks a bit weird, but I suppose if you had a mount on it, probably cover it. Not to worry. I might take it out in a bit. I might do another layer on this sky yet. I think I'm going to do. So that's my green on bottom. Let me just think. Right, I'll tell you what there is. There's a really, really faint bit of land. What comes across here about there. And the only real difference between that colour, well, there isn't any difference between that colour and that sky colour. It's exactly the same. It's identical. But the only difference is that this is going across at a different direction. But colour-wise, it's identical. You see how I've got that soft edge there? It's not a hard edge. That's going to make it look distant, you see. I'll mix all this in with that green. I could do what I want with this. On my picture it just comes up here in the middle. I've painted a picture from a photo what I took on my phone, but because I'm using my phone to film with, I've had to paint a picture as a reference to paint this picture. That's that into there. Let's have a look. I have a bit going up there into there like that. Let's whack a bit of purple in. A bit of purple in there. This is still quite far away, so if I get a bit of purple in what's in my sky to get that far away look, and a bit more of this blue. Just getting it that far away look. Nice. Tell you what, I'll come in with a brighter green now, just in there. I sort of use some of these lines for where I put my bushes and stuff in. I'll be putting some bushes and stuff to separate these so they look like farmers' fields in a minute. Well, probably in a bit. I think I'll try this first. But that'll do for now. I might put another layer in. I don't want that big dot there. Flick that off when it's dry. Right, I'm going to dry everything. Because there's not much happening in this painting, this is going to be basically about it. I wanted to get a really, really dramatic sky in, so I'm going to pop in 2 full layers of paint and get it as dramatic as I can. So that's my plan. So that's why I dried it all off. and then I'm going to start again. So here we go. I think I'll wet the paper again from one end to the other. Yeah, I think I'll just wet the lot. Good even. Let's do it to there and gradually bring it down. Oops, I've knocked my thing. Right, I'll do that and gradually bring it down. So I'm on my cerulean blue again. Gone a bit lighter this time. Oh, well, let's go a bit thicker up here. This is my cerulean blue. Really, really thick. Just bring some in that way. That's it. And then into my purple. There's some purple up here. Some purple here. There's a bit here. Right, that's looking pretty nice. I'll wash my brush. Some of this cream colour now. I want it to get lighter as we come down, so I'm just adding water in at the minute. When it comes to this bottom, I'll just go straight across like that. Now then, let's have a look at that. I think I need some more cerulean just coming in here like this. Some more cerulean in there. That cream colour, I want that pretty pale, so I'll leave that as it is. That cerulean down there at the very bottom I'll probably leave quite pale. Too water on that cream colour, leave that quite pale. And then I'm thinking probably just really soften some of this top stuff up. Just to give it a softer edge perhaps. Bom, 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 bom. What's that? I'm tempted to go in there with some darker colours now, because that's not dark enough for me. I'm going to take some Burnt Umber in. A little bit of Burnt Umber on it. More paint on my brush than that. What I'm actually doing there is just washing colour out. In fact, let's go Burnt Umber mixed with blue. Burnt Umber and a dark blue. Try that. That's nice. Just not getting quite enough paint on the brush for what I want. That's better. Much better. You know, I've gone Burnt Umber and black now. I'll take this really dark. That's it. Then some of this purple. Oh, that's better. That's what I'm looking for. Something like that. And this dark blue again. I'm not washing my brush, I just keep going into different colours without even washing it. That's it. Now I am washing my brush. Good wash. And go into some really, really thick paint and whacking some more cerulean blue. And then I think I'll just go to water and just try to just soften. That's it. More water, soften it in. Hopefully that looks okay. I'll take that out, it's causing a bobble. So that's my second layer on my sky. So now that's a nice moody misty sky. Right, that's that. Right, wash my brush again. Cerulean blue, plenty on my brush. Just come in here. A bit of that, one little bit going up there, it looks on it. Then some green. I haven't washed my brush, just let that green mix with my cerulean. Some green across there. See into that. To there. I think I like a nice bright green here. Bright yellowy green. I'm just looking at this, checking and thinking, well, what shall I do here, what shall I do there, and just getting something like I'm going to stick that like that again, and then I'm going to dry it. This paper's done me proud. It's done really well. It's not ripped or battered its centre out. I might have to pull one up. No, I want to try and keep it flat if I can. Nice flat bit of paper. I'm going to have to go in and re-wet this bottom one once more, just to get me my fields in. Let me mix a field colour to start with. So I want some. I think I've got this muddy green. In a minute, I'm just sticking some purple in there. Yeah, that looks alright. I think that'll do it. Right, just water on this big brush. I'm just going to dampen just this bottom bit there. That's it, and then I'll try to just follow along. These lines. I'm going to dry that. dry enough. Might be a bit damp in these. Oh no, it's alright. Right, these drippy bits here, like that bit. I love them little bits, bit of there. That to me, that's watercolour. That's what it does. So I always leave them. Yeah, just leave them. Gives it a bit of character, I think. Right, well, let me get a big brush. Well, not that big. It's only that big. I'm going to get some colour, shall I mix? Tell you what, I'm going to mix some blue in. Some dark blue in with some Baines grey. So my bods are a slight blue colour. I'll mix a bit of that purple in and all. I think it's just gone back black again. Oh well. Slight purpley black I've ended up with. It don't really matter, it's mixed black. It's going to work. Right. This is my Peter and Paul brush. So, right, what we're going to have here then. This is the best bit, this is. It's quite a simple one, this, but because it's took 2 layers to get them deep, rich colours. I don't know if you're using better quality paint, you might get them colours in 1 layer. You might do this in 10 minutes. Well, anyway, right, so I'm going to have Peter and Paul. They can go up there. There's Peter. There's Paul. They're out looking for worms, as per. But then, today, Gertrude's looking for some worms, and so's Hilda. Get a lot of birds in these things. Right, what shall we have? Let's have some down here looking for worms. These are really far away, so these are going to be just little flecks, these ones. You often get these little birds flying around these farmers' fields and that. Just a few there. And I'll have a slightly bigger one there, just so you can see it's a bod, just to help them register as distant bods. And then I think let's have a really big one. Now where shall I put it? It's quite. I like to put them in a light bit, and it's quite a light bit there, but I don't want it smack bang in the middle, so that's going to be no good. Tell you what, this one's in fact, let's do it there. This one's close up. So he's a lot bigger. Out close is bigger, isn't it, you see? This bird is called Gavin. Shall I just do one of them? Or shall I stick another in? No. I'll leave it to that. There we are. Let's put a B in there. D in there. B, D, a Bertie D. Well, dead simple that one, but effective. That'll look nice in a frame on a wall, especially if you've got a blue and purple wallpaper. I don't know anyone with blue and purple wallpaper, but that'll look nice on someone's wall. So, I'll see thee on beach. Wah wah!